Yeah. Yeah. So the film you're about to see, this was a film that I've been working on for the last 8 years. I actually started storm chasing in 1999. We were doing an IMAX film called Forces of Nature. I don't know, has anybody seen Forces of Nature? Yeah. There's kind of a scene in the end, I don't know if you stayed for the credits, but in the credits they showed a video of us storm chasing with a minivan, because that's how we would chase before the tanks. We'd rent minivans from Enterprise. And you're kind of at a mental disadvantage being a man because you're mixing it up with something dangerous and you're in a white minivan. Good thing about Enterprise, just so you know, when you guys decide to go storm chasing on your own, you first get the insurance on the vehicle, right? Because you saw that other vehicle out there, the vehicle called Doghouse. It's that pickup truck with the trailer, all that hail damage on it. That vehicle has the hail damage from just 2 seasons of keeping up with the TIV. So when you're renting from Enterprise, take out the insurance, and then, of course, you return the vehicle after hours, because they have this program where you just park it in a slot, and you take the keys and you put them in a box, and then you leave. The other thing about minivans is that, I mean, they're great vehicles, don't get me wrong. But when a tornado is coming at you, there's a time when you have to leave. And it's usually at that time that you desperately want to stay, because that's when it gets really visually exciting. You know, you're starting to feel those inflow winds, those ground winds screaming by you towards the tornadoes. Those winds are being sucked up, and you're seeing that tornado as it gets closer, interacting with the ground, you know, just tearing the earth off. And the trees, you know, just breaking apart in front of you, and seeing that mass get larger and larger, it's incredible. But you'd have to leave. And so when that film was done, I felt like, hey, I want to keep storm chasing. I want to do an IMAX film just on tornadoes. And I want to build a vehicle that we could stand our ground in, you know? Something that we could get that shot that looked so amazing. The issue is that when you approach people with money and your idea is, hi, my name is Sean Casey, I'm going to build a tank and drive in a tornado, make an IMAX film on it. They're polite and all, but they don't usually hand out money to what they consider as a suicide mission. So the first 6 years of making this film, this was all out of pocket. To build TIV-1, I didn't have any money, so I bought a used Ford 450. It had 114,000 miles on it. It was 2-wheel drive, which was a major mistake, but it was cheaper. And then I learned how to weld and fabricate to build the TIV-1. And the TIV-1, when it first went out, man, it wasn't a thing of beauty. It got pulled over 17 times the first year we were storm chasing. 17 times. Usually they were just curious. Some were kind of concerned that something about Al-Qaeda, I was told. And the first year that the TIV went out, actually, it didn't have a turret on top. You know, I wasn't that good at fabricating. I couldn't build a turret at that point, but you learn as you go. TIV-1 actually had these panels that you would fold in on the sides, and then you'd kind of roll the camera out. You know, the 1800, you know, fighting ships, you know, where they do the broadside action? That's the technology we had. That's where we were at. So over the years, it was developing the turret. It was working on this tool to really maximize those really special, rare occasions when, after driving 30,000 miles and spending 70 days every year out there, you had a chance. You had 1 or 2 chances every year to get something really special. And you didn't want to mess it up. And you wanted to get the best possible shot. So the tool, that TIV out there, was paramount to be the right tool to, in the end, finally capture the imagery that, in my mind, does justice to one of the most spectacular images on this planet. So I won't keep going on, but after 8 years, and we've done 250,000 miles, we've probably slept in over 600 hotel rooms, some not so fresh. This is Tornado, and I hope you enjoy it. Thank you so much.